How was your day? I believe you had a wonderful day. I would like to welcome all of you for the day 9 of the Peace Education training. We are in our ninth day, and this is the free training provided by the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management for our followers on Facebook and YouTube. So if you are not following us on our social media handles, please do so that you can also benefit from this training. It's for free. 1 month free professional training. And we are doing it very intensive and very comprehensive training. We are not doing it like kind of casual kind of training simply because it's free. No, we are giving you intensive and comprehensive training with adequate explanation to get the message of peace across our listeners and our students. So do it to be part of this training. So you are not going to pay for it. It's free and it's good that you can also be part of it. Right. So thank you for taking time to be part of the training. All right. So All right. So, like I said, thank you very much for taking time to be part of today's training. This is the ninth of our 1 month professional training, free professional training in peace education. So, I'd like to welcome all of you for today's class and do way to share the link with someone. Invite someone to be part of the training. Let them know that this training is being provided for free and that they can be part of it. Very intensive, comprehensive, and very elaborate training. So let them also connect and be part of it. So share the link with someone. Invite them to be part of the training. Thank you for taking time to be part of today's training. We appreciate all of you for connecting. Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much, Esami. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you, Rafael. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all of you that have connected. Yewande from Abuja. Thank you. Emmanuel Pepu. Thank you. Adekunle from Lagos. Thank you. Thanks to all of you for taking time to connect. Sami, of course, Samuel from Benue State. Thank you very much for connecting. We appreciate all of you. All right, I hope you can hear me very well. Mr. Rollins from Zambia. Thank you very much. Ikura from Ibadan. Thank you for being part of today's journey. We appreciate all of you for connecting. So today we'll be looking at non-violent communication, non-violent communication and conflict transformation. Non-violent communication and conflict transformation. When we talk about conflict transformation, we are talking about when we talk about conflict transformation, we're talking about a situation whereby you move conflict from a negative angle to a positive perspective. Do you understand? Because conflict generally comes with difficult situation. So your ability to be able to transform that situation from a negative perspective to a positive perspective is very, very important. Do you understand? So conflict transformation is one of the aspects of conflictology, like I told you before. Say in the field of conflictology, we have conflict management, conflict resolution, and conflict transformation. So conflict transformation now being the advanced way of addressing conflict. Do you understand? So, and in conflict resolution or in conflict or in peace building, non-violent communication goes a long way to help to change situation, to change narratives. All right. Very, very important. So we'll be looking at non-violent communication, and we are in module 3. So we're in module 3. So we'll be looking at unit 1, non-violent word communication. Non-violent communication. So we'll be looking at the principles of non-violent communication. All right. So, but let's look at non-violent communication. When we say non-violent communication, what are we referring to here? What are we talking about? When we say communication is non-violent, what does it constitute? Right? So, but we say that non-violent communication is a kind of communication style that developed, that was developed by Marshall Rosenbach, all right? It focuses on empathic listening and expressing oneself honestly and compassionately, right? So it's not by expressing aggressively, compassionately, right, and honestly, right? That's how you're going to express yourself honestly, compassionately, not aggressive, right? So you must communicate in with some form of empathy, some form of honesty, some form of compassion. You understand? That is what nonviolent communication is all about. So, but let's look at some of these principles one after the other. Empathy. Strive to understand others' feelings and needs and respond with compassion. So you have a schedule, and maybe one reason or the other you say, I may not be able to meet up with my schedule today. So how will the other party respond? Respect, in as much as the situation looks so disappointing, looks so difficult to comprehend, because maybe they also sacrifice one thing or the other, maybe to attend a meeting, and then suddenly you say meeting is postponed simply because of other engagement. In as much as it may look so tough to you know reason with the person, you have to reason with the person, understand the feeling, understand the needs, and respond with what compassion. Yeah, I understand how challenging some of this situation can look like, and I hope that you'll be able to go through it, and I hope our next meeting can take place. Do you understand? So at least you are able to reason with the person, and then also you also place hope that next time it's possible that meeting can take place. So another one is self expression. Communicate your own needs and feelings honestly and openly without blame or criticism. Right? Communicate what your own needs and feelings honestly and openly without blame or criticism. So say, I feel this way, I feel that way when this happened, when something does go wrong. This is how I feel. Do you understand? So it's not by uh, I feel bad when you did this thing. No, you are trying to blame somebody. All right. So the best way to communicate is that I really feel bad when something like this happens. You are not blaming anybody. You are just talking about the situation. But when you say I feel so bad when you always do this, or you are always doing something like that and it gets me offended, you are blaming somebody already. So the best way to say it is I always feel bad when something like this happens. You are not blaming anybody. You're just speaking on a neutral base. You understand? And because sometimes the challenge in communication is that most of the conflict we have is as a result of lack of communication or proper communication. Because people are communicating actually, but their communication is not making impact. It's not making meaning. It's not changing story. It's not building. Rather, communication aims to destroy. So, self-expression needs awareness. Recognize that there are underlying needs. Every feeling of a need is based on what certain factors. So be aware of those factors. Understanding those needs critical. Do you understand? Very, very critical, right? Requesting, not demanding. Don't demand, you request. Okay, so you have to make specific, actionable requests rather than demands. I demand you should do this now. Who are you? I demand you to do this now. You must do it. You understand? And when you begin to talk to a human being like that, they don't like it. So request, not demand. How do you request? Please, I would love you to help me with your pen. Give me that your pen. It's a command. Please, can you assist me with your pen? Let me write something. I'll return it to you in 2 minutes. You are specific. Do you understand? So you are specific. Empathy, active listening, and assertiveness keys. So when we talk about empathy, active listening, and assertiveness skills, we are referring to as important interpersonal skills that are valuable in various aspects of life, including personal relationships, professional settings, and for communication in general. So you must show some, empathy. You must show some. You must listen actively. You must listen actively. You must speak assertively. So empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It involves putting yourself in someone's shoes and seeing things from their perspective. Because it's only when you see things from my perspective that you can understand with me, that you can understand what I'm trying to say, that you can understand how I feel. So empathy helps build what trust, strengthen relationships, and improve communication. It allows you to connect with others on a deeper level and show that you care about them. So let's look at some tips. Look at some tips for developing empathy. That's some tips for you to build empathy. Practice active word listening to show that you are genuinely interested in what others have to say. So practice what? Active listening. When someone is saying something, pay attention and don't be interrupting the person. Active what? Listening. Let's also look at another point for developing empathy. Pay attention to non-verbal cues such as body language and tone of voice. Right? So when somebody speaks, you understand. As I'm speaking now, you understand the message I'm trying to pass across. And the language is very, is professional, right? What professional? But sometimes language can be terrible. Another tip is try to be non-judgmental and open-minded. Try to be non-judgmental. Don't judge anybody. And don't come with a bias and a closed mind. Make your mind be open and discuss freely and see things for yourself. Show compassion and support for others during difficult times. Show compassion and what and understanding during difficult times. So active listening. Active listening. Active listening is a communication technique that involves fully focusing on what the other person is saying, understanding the message, and responding thoughtfully. It goes beyond simply hearing words to understand the underlying emotion and intention behind them. So, understanding or active listening is very important. It's only when you listen actively that you can be able to respond effectively. And one thing with listening is that it is better to listen than to communicate. Communicate when necessary. So let's look at some tips for active listening. Give the speaker your full attention by maintaining eye contact and avoiding distraction. Give your speaker words full attention if you must be a good listener. Use verbal and non-verbal cues such as nodding and paraphrasing like you are doing in this training now. I know some of you are paraphrasing, writing what we are saying to show that you are engaged and understand the language. Another tip is avoid interrupting the speaker. For you to be a good listener, you must avoid interrupting what the speaker. Allow the speaker to finish before you bury him. Let him die before you bury him. That's what they say, right? So when the speaker is speaking, you relax. If you have a question, you can note it down. When he's done speaking, you can ask him the question. All right. So that's how it is. Ask clarifying questions to ensure you have understood the message correctly. So that is active listening. Assertiveness. Assertiveness is the ability to express your thoughts, feelings, and needs in a direct and respectful manner while respecting the rights of others. Express your thoughts, feelings, and needs in a standing. So assertiveness is very important. It involves standing up for yourself, setting boundaries, and communicating effectively without being aggressive or passive. So there are some other forms of communication that we call them passive, and they are also aggressive way of communicating. and some people have are born with this. So assertive communication can help you build self-confidence, improve relationship, and mashakata gada gada gada. So let's look for tips for developing assertiveness. One, use I statements to express your thoughts and feelings without blaming others. I did this, I did this, I did that. Number two, practice clear and direct communication to convey your needs and boundaries effectively. Maintain a confident posture and tone of voice while expressing yourself. Listen actively to others' perspective and be willing to negotiate and find solutions that meet the needs of all parties. So these are the tips for you to maintain what assertiveness. So let's look at how to apply nonviolent communication in conflict resolution. Applying nonviolent communication in conflict what resolution. Key principles and steps of applying non-violent communication in conflict resolution are observation. You have to describe the situation objectively without judgment or evaluation. That's observation. So you focus on just observing and not do anything. Feelings. All right, let me give one example when it comes to observation. For instance, now you can say, when I see that the dishes are left unwashed in the sink, then you express your feeling. When I see that the dishes are left unwashed in the sink, it makes me feel bad, right? So you're not blaming anybody. Oh. You may be talking to people, but you're not blaming anybody. Feelings. Express your feelings about the situation using I statements. Identify and communicate your emotions. So communicate and express yourself very well, your feelings. I feel frustrated because I value cleanliness in our shared living space, right? Needs. Identify and communicate your underlying needs or values that are connected to your feelings. So we all have feelings. So what do we do? Identify those your needs that connect with your feelings and express them, honestly. Express them so compassionately to make you get the result you want. So identify those needs. I need a clean and organized environment to feel comfortable and relaxed at home. I'm only giving you example. Request. Make a specific request for what you would like to see happen to meet your needs. Be clear, positive, and actionable in your request. Would you be willing to help with washing the dishes after meals to maintain a clean kitchen? So empathy, practice empathetic listening by actively listening to the other parties and their needs. Collaborative problem solving, work together to find mutual acceptable solution that addresses the needs of all parties involved. Resolution, reach an agreement or plan of action that addresses the needs and concerns of both parties. Very important. So we must learn how to communicate and communicate effectively, not communicating anyhow. We must have a way of resolving conflict, no matter how it is. So next time you are to communicate, don't be shouting, all right? Communicate effectively and smoothly. No shouting, all right? So that's what it is. So today we are able to look at non-violent communication, and we're able to look at principles of non-violent communication, which we call empathy, self-expression, needs, awareness, requesting, and not demanding. So empathy, active listening, and assertiveness. So empathy, active listening, and assertiveness are important interpersonal skills. So that is what it is. So we look at empathy, active listening, and assertiveness as another topic. And we also lastly look at applying non-violent communication in conflict resolution. So we look at several observations. We look at several principles or steps to apply non-violent violent communication in conflict resolution. And one of those we say is observation. Observe, right? The observation can be so objective without any prejudice. Feelings. When you observe, you express your feelings and you express your needs as well. And your needs will met and solution will come when you request empathy. So this is the much we can take for today. This is the much we can take for today. So I want to take your questions. I want to explain some of the areas that you may have challenges, both maybe for our peace education training or for the campaign awareness that you are to do, or for the direct membership induction. Any matter that affects you, you are free to ask the question now if it's something that you want to ask it. Any question, any matter that is of concern to you, either for this peace education training, for the assignments, that communication, and several others. So if you have any question, please ask. So it seems you don't have any question. Someone's asking when will classes end. Classes will end when we exhaust the manual because this manual is not much. So when we exhaust it, it will end. But I'm sure it will not cross 31st of January or at most some few days into first week of February. Since we did not start this training on the day one. So chat me if someone is asking with what number can you become a chat me on 080. That's for Nigerian 080 3 080 77987757. If you're a Nigerian, chat me on 080 77987757. Or if you are a non-Nigerian, you put +234 and +234, and then you remove the first zero and then you put the number. You call me, you get me. Can one carry awareness on the somebody is asking, can can one carry on the awareness in the church? Yes, of course. You can carry it in the church. You can carry it in the mosque. You can carry it in the shrine if there are human beings there, so that they will not be killing people for rituals. You understand? It's violence. So you can carry your awareness anywhere you can gather people, and they will give you a listening ear to tell them what you want, right? You can go and gather your family and your neighbors and everybody around you and discuss this message with them. Let them also understand. Somebody's asking, can we be having this training 4 days instead of 6 days in a week? I am not complaining. Me that I'm teaching, I'm not complaining. So I don't have any challenge having it even for 7 days. And I'm even thinking we're going to have it even on Wednesdays. That is 7 days. We're not going to give any space again because there are some courses that may be bulky. Now we need to cover a reasonable amount of this space education. Because it was the notes we have here now, it was more or less like the note I was using for the certificate course. I have just one module now to add to it, and but certainly we're going to cover everything before end of the month or the month next first week of February. So I don't think if you feel that you don't have time to connect, you can leave it. You maybe anytime you are free, you can still come and listen to it. But we are going on with our training. Anybody that is available will continue. All right. So I think there's no issue. For me, I'm not complaining. Right. Concerning the assignment, I want to do it in a school, and I have also picked the topic, cultivating a culture of peace among teenagers. Please, how do I go about it? You are asking me. I should tell you the answer before you go do. Write a letter now. Put the topic in. I provide those spaces. in the letter. Just print it. When you print it, use your pen, address it to the school that you want to write, the head of that school, and put the topic there. Put your name, sign your signature, go and submit it, and then bargain time and date. They will give you time, schedule you. You go and do your activity, and you are done now. You go and research on this topic and present whatever you want to present with the teenagers there. What is difficult there? The assignment end. Somebody is asking what's the deadline for this assignment. The assignment end the day we are finishing this training, right? It ends the day if you finish the training on the 31st. The assignment ends on the 31st. It's by first week of February. It ends by first week of February. So, but I'm sure it's going to. We are planning to finish our training on the 31st. So everybody should get ready. Somebody is asking, so what is the time for the Saturday's examination and what form will the exam take? Okay, it's like you have not taken any of our exams before, right? The examination is objectives, that is multiple choice questions, right? Multiple choice questions. You select the one that is appropriate, and then the examination is going to be by I don't know. Examination is going to be maybe before our lesson on that Saturday. Okay, maybe by six, 7. I think 6, 7 you should be through. So by 8 you join your PhD education class. So but we'll still communicate the time in the group there. All right. Madam, you are going to deal with teenagers. So you should know the kind of question you ask teenagers regarding the topic you have selected, right? So I shouldn't be telling you the kind of question you'll be asking them. That's why it is an assignment. Go and do it. You have gone through peace education. Maybe I'll give you people the manual. I'll send you the manual. The manual that I have developed so far is by it's module 1 to 5. So I will add module 6 later on. So but what is available now, I'll send it to you. Go through the manual, it will help you, it will also guide you to give you more knowledge of how you go about what you want to do. So but I shouldn't be telling you the question you ask the teenagers. Once you select a topic, sit down and look at the topic, determine the kind of question you should ask these people, your audience, because you should know your audience and the age bracket and the kind of question you ask them. You understand? So I am not where you are going to do the training, so but the awareness. So you should determine your audience should determine the kind of question you say you will do. I think that would be okay. Some people are saying that let the examination be by 9 or 10. So and that is our normal time we used to write the exam. So maybe we'll still maintain it. I was just feeling that we should do a change. Any other question? Thank you for taking time to be part of this training. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow we don't have training, so we are not going to have the training tomorrow. We have it on Thursday, we have it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we are not having the training tomorrow. Thank you.